Hi everyone, I'm Torzi and welcome to this 30-minute yoga sequence with Runna. We're going to start today in a child's pose, so just meet me on your mats. You're going to keep your knees together for this child's pose and just gently draw your hips back to your heels and reach those arms forward in front of you. It's just a really nice posture to get us going today. Draw your forehead down to the earth. Walk those hands away from you. Just feel that nice release through the lower spine, into the upper back. And just taking a few moments at the start of our practice today just to check in with how we feel, check in with our breath, just allowing the opportunity for some deeper breathing as we move through our sequence today. So in this first pose, seeing if you can lengthen your inhale ever so slightly and then follow that with a deepened exhale. Using this Yoga for Runna sequence today as a time for you, a time to aid recovery between tough training sessions. So really positive thing that you've taken this time today to move mindfully, clear tension from your body. We're just going to take another breath in child's pose with the arms directly in front of us. And then together we're going to lift our gaze up to our hands and we're going to walk our hands off to our right side. So drop your forehead down again and just feel this shift of sensation down into the left side body here. Just taking some really nice deep breaths. And then lifting the gaze up to your hands. Walk the hands back through center. And then off to the left side. So releasing into the right side of your body now. Great job. Lift your gaze to your hands. Walk your hands back through center and then shift yourself towards the back of the mat, meeting me here in hero pose. So this kneeling position, you get a light stretch for the quadriceps here. We're going to drop our fingertips down by our sides and then take a breath in to sweep the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhaling to draw the palms and guide them behind the neck in prayer. So we're welcoming a nice stretch here through the triceps. Really good. And then take a breath in to lift your prayer above you. Draw your gaze to your thumbs and then exhale, hands to heart center. Brilliant. Let's come forward into tabletop together. So guiding the palms to rest under the shoulders, knees underneath hips for this lovely stable position. We're going to take a tuck of the toes together, taking a breath in and an exhale to guide the hips back towards your heels. Inhale to come forwards and exhale to come back. Inhale, drawing forwards and exhale, guiding your hips back to your heels. So welcoming that stretch there through the sole of your foot, releasing tension, tightness through the plantar fascia. This is a really great stretch for the toes as well. So keeping our feet nice and supple and healthy as they carry us throughout all of our runs we've been doing throughout the week. Great job. Take a breath in with me here. And then exhale to release yourself back to that tabletop position. Just pat out the feet here, giving them a little shake. We're then going to come into some core activation. So what we're going to do is we're going to tilt our right toes off to the side. You can tuck them here for a little bit of stability if you would like. You're going to start to open through the body towards the left side of your mat. So you're reaching your left toes towards the back of your mat. Right palm is rooted down. And then left fingertips are reaching up towards the ceiling. So we're coming into a modified side plank here. This is a really good stabilizer for the obliques, but we also get a nice stretch through the outer hip as well. Okay, we're going to take a breath in together, and then as we exhale, we're going to scoop those left fingertips down towards the right wrist, switching on through the core, and then inhaling to open the chest. Exhale to scoop and twist. Inhale to open the chest. Exhale to scoop and twist. And then inhale to open the chest. Amazing. We have an option here for a modification if you would like to take it, to lift that left leg up behind you. So really switching on through the glutes and just adding a little bit more spice to this side plank. Optional though, of course, so you can keep that foot lowered if you need. Okay, all meeting with that foot back down on the mat, the earth. And then we're gonna guide hands to meet, knees to meet under hips, and just take a little shake of the hips from side to side. Doing a great job. Let's come on to our other side. So we're gonna tilt those left toes towards the left side, just tucking through the toes for stability if we'd like. Right leg extends behind us, left palm roots down. Right fingertips reach up towards the ceiling. We open the chest. Really nice. And then together we're going to come into those twists again. So take a breath in. And then exhale to scoop the right fingertips down towards the left wrist. Inhale to open the chest. Exhale to scoop and twist. Really nice. One more time. Inhale to open. And exhale to scoop and twist. Really good. Inhale to open, and then we have that optional modification if we'd like to lift that right leg up off the earth, really switching on through that right glute as we lift. Still breathing here. Make sure you don't hold your breath. Take a breath in with me. And then exhale to guide hands to meet, knees to meet, under hips back in our tabletop position. Great stuff. We're going to walk our hands towards the top of our mat here. Take a tuck of the toes and lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Just pedaling into our legs here in our first down dog. Bending one leg, straightening the other, just giving everything a good shake out. And then welcoming a little bit of stillness here in our downward facing dog. We're looking towards our hands. We're going to step our right foot forward between our hands here. Drop down through the back knee and untuck the toes. And breathe in to lift up for our low crescent lunge. Right knee is aligned over right ankle. We're opening into the left hip, tucking the tailbone underneath us. And fingertips are reaching up for the sky. We're going to take a breath in here, and as we exhale, we're going to gently start to hinge our hip creases back, lengthening into our right leg and drawing our fingertips down either side of us. So coming into our half split or our runner's lunge here. We have the support of the fingertips, but a little bit of a challenge if you'd like to take it, aeroplaning those arms behind you, so withdrawing that support from the tips of your fingers. Really good. Okay, we can either drop the fingertips back down and make our way forward, or we can make our way forward and keep those fingertips lifted up off the ground, reaching the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Really good. Taking a breath in with me here, and then exhaling, you're going to draw your hands to heart center. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, taking a twist towards the right side of the room, you're going to hook your left elbow over your right knee, coming into a revolved crescent lunge. So hands are in prayer, finding that twist. Doing a fab job. Inhaling. And as you exhale, framing the front foot with your fingertips. Next step of this slightly longer sequence, we're guiding our left toes towards the right side of the mat, and we're lifting up through the body to come into a grounded warrior two. Now, this is one of the best postures I find for external rotation through the hip. You really feel that sense of opening there through the right hip. So arms are reaching out wide as if we were in that standing warrior two, but we've got that back knee drawing down to the mat. Draw your gaze towards your forward fingertips there. Really good. Take a breath in. And exhale to guide your hands to frame the front foot, center your back foot and tuck the toes, lift the back knee up, and then guide your feet to meet in a strong plank position, shoulders are over wrists. Take a breath in as you push away from the earth, and then exhale to drop your knees, chest and chin down to the mat. Inhale for cobra pose, and exhale for downward facing dog. Really good. Let's all take a breath in through the nose, and a breath out through the mouth. Look to the hands, step forward with that left foot between your hands. Drop down through the back toes, untuck the back toes, dropping that knee down to the earth, and then sweeping the fingertips up towards the ceiling to welcome that low crescent lunge, that hip opener for the right hip flexor this time, right psoas muscle. Left knee is stacked over left ankle. Really good. And then we're going to breathe in together before exhaling to shift the hip creases back, welcoming that half split or runner's lunge pose, and welcoming there a nice stretch through the left hamstring, so back of the left leg. Making sure our pelvis is nice and centered, level on our mat. And then we have that optional modification here to aeroplane the arms behind you, so withdrawing some of that support as we rest the fingertips down on the earth. This is optional though, of course. And it's equally optional to ground those fingertips again as we flow forward, or you may want to welcome that flow forward, keeping the fingertips lifted up off the earth, like so. Awesome, so meeting back in that low crescent lunge. Take a breath in, and exhale to guide your hands to heart center. Inhale. And exhale to take a twist towards your left side this time. So coming into that low crescent lunge with our twist. So revolved crescent twist. Right elbow hooking over left knee. And releasing some tension through the back body here. Really good. Take a breath in. And then exhaling to frame the front foot with your fingertips. You're going to guide your right toes towards the left side, lifting through the body, and welcoming a really good external rotation through the left hip here as you reach the arms out wide, coming into our grounded warrior two. Fingertips outstretched, gazing towards those forward fingertips. Awesome. Breathing in, and then breathing out to frame the front foot, center the back foot and tuck the toes, lift the back knee, push down firmly through your hands as you guide the feet to meet me in a strong plank pose. Breathe in here, push away from the earth. Exhale, you can take chaturanga or knees, chest, chin, your choice. Inhale, up dog or cobra pose. Exhale for your downward facing dog. Lifting the hips, lovely and high. Gonna look towards the hands and take some steps towards our wrists here, guiding our feet to rest at the top of our mats. Soft bend through the knees, chin to chest, forward folds. Inhale for flat back, fingertips to shins, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward folds. And then inhale, root to rise, push into the feet, lift yourself all the way up. And then exhale, hands to your heart for our mountain pose at the top of the mats. Amazing job. So just make sure your feet are hip width distance here. You can lift through the toes, just engage through the outer edges of your feet, push down through the big toe knuckle, and then draw those feet down to the earth nice and evenly. Palms facing forward by your sides, shoulders away from your ears. And just feeling steady and stable in your mountain pose here. Nice long spine. We're going to move from mountain pose here into a quadricep stretch. Now this is an opportunity to practice balance, but if you really want to focus a little bit more on the stretch and you feel like wobbling around on one leg might be a little bit too much, of course you can use a wall or a chair or something to keep you stable there. We're going to root down through our left foot to start, guiding our right heel towards our right glute. And we're going to be feeling here a stretch through the right quadricep, right thigh. And it's also just a good opportunity, if we can, to practice balancing on one leg as well. So improving our stability, our function through that left foot and ankle, whilst also giving the right quadricep a good stretch out. Fabulous. Okay, let's come down, drawing the feet to meet, give the hands and feet a little shake. And then coming onto the other side, so rooting down through the right foot, guiding the left heel towards your left glute. Again, if you need to take the wall or take hold of something for support, of course you can. Or you can use this opportunity to practice that balance. Just taking nice deep breaths here. Really good stuff. And then guiding the feet to meet at the top of the mats. Hands to heart center. Take a breath in, high mountain, reach the prayer up. Exhale to soften and to fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward folds. Root the palms, take a step back to plank as you breathe in. Exhale, you can drop the knees, chest, chin, or take chaturanga here. Lowering yourself all the way down onto your belly, you're going to draw your fingertips to the top corners of your yoga mat. And you're going to push down through those fingertips, lengthen into the arms, and just come into this really nice elongated cobra pose. And this variation just draws a little bit more stretch down into the core, so into the abdominal wall. Lovely, let's release our chest back down to the earth. Guide your hands under your shoulders. Draw the hips back to your heels for a brief child's pose before lifting your gaze to your hands and walking those hands towards you to meet me in a hero pose at the back of your mats. You're going to interlace your fingers in front of your body here, just drawing them away from you, opening into the shoulders. Lovely. And then releasing the hands down, interlace your fingers behind you, counter pose, shoulders draw together, heart space opens. Releasing into the front of the shoulders too. Great stuff. Release those hands to rest on top of the thighs. We're going to guide our left ear towards our left shoulder, just stretching off into the right side of your neck here. Coming back through center, drawing right ear to shoulder, stretching into the left side of your neck. And then coming through center, chin to chest, releasing through the back of the neck. Amazing. Lift the gaze up towards the ceiling, stretching into the front of your neck. Great. Draw your gaze forward. Let's shift our hips off to the right side, toes off to the left side, coming to rest on your sit bones. A little bit of core activation here. So come towards the center of your mat. You're going to interlace your fingers behind your knees. You're going to come to balance on your sit bones here. So we're coming into a boat pose. So really important here that we keep a nice open chest. Make sure you're not shrugging the shoulders up towards you here. Nice open heart. This in itself might feel enough. If you'd like to take it a bit further, you can reach those fingertips forward in front of you. So releasing some of that support, encouraging the core to switch on a little bit more here to keep us stable and strong. Great stuff. Nice deep breath in. And then exhaling to release. Going to take a butterfly pose now. So draw the soles of your feet together in front of you. And gently encourage those knees out either side of you. So this posture is what demonstrates a challenge for me in my own yoga practice, is that my hips are a little bit tight. So some people might find that their knees just fall straight down to the earth. Others might find that it really helps having the elbow creases just drawing into the knee creases. But either way, hoping that we can generate some space through the inner thigh, the groin, stretching that out. And just being gentle with this pose. The adductors, the inner thigh muscles are a very sensitive group of muscles, so just be careful and just keep things nice and safe, of course, always. Beautiful stuff. Let's guide our hands to those knees. Draw the knees to meet in front of us. And we're going to come into a seated pigeon. So extending those legs forward in front of you for a moment just to set ourselves up. We're then going to draw the left knee up towards us, but we're going to guide the left foot over the right leg. We're then going to guide our right arm around the left knee. Lots of lefts and rights going on here. And then left fingertips behind us. So what we're focusing on here is really guiding a nice deep sense of stretch into that left glute and outer hip region. If anyone struggles with a pesky IT band syndrome or sore glutes, this is a really good posture for that. So just looking around behind the body here and just welcoming an alternative for pigeon pose. So if pigeon pose isn't really your thing, this is always a really good alternative to take if there's ever a pigeon pose in a practice and it just feels a little bit too deep. This is a really nice alternative to have. Okay, deep breath in and exhaling to come back through center. Amazing stuff. Extend that left leg to meet your right. Hug the right knee up towards your chest and then draw the right foot over the left leg. Left arm around right knee and then right fingertips behind you just to look over your shoulder behind you and just encourage that nice Deep stretch for the right glute and outer hip. Amazing job. Take your final deep breath on this side. And then making your way back through center. Extending both legs out in front of you and then shifting your weight towards the top of your mat. You're going to come down onto your back, preparing for a final pose of happy baby here. So we're drawing the knees up into the armpits, hands towards soles of feet, and we're just gently swaying from side to side here, massaging into the lower back. And this is a really lovely hip opener as well. Also encourages a stretch through the upper hamstring, which is quite a hard group of muscles to target. So this is a really nice one for that. Just finding a little bit of stillness here and just encouraging the tailbone down towards the earth, just to welcome that fullness of expression here. And then gently releasing soles of the feet down towards the earth. Final posture here is going to be a bridge pose. Push down into the soles of the feet, lift the hips up off the earth, interlace your fingers underneath your sit bones, and just gently start to walk the shoulder blades towards each other under you. So just really lifting up through the chest. Little squeeze through the glutes, last little bit of activation. And then you're going to come up onto the tips of your toes. You're going to guide your palms to meet in prayer above you. And then you're going to gently roll yourself, upper back, lower back, and pelvis down to the mats. Great job. Let's extend those legs forward in front of us. Palms of the hands facing up by our sides or resting over your belly. And just allow yourself to relax into the ground now for the final few minutes of our class. Finishing things up with a restorative corpse pose and a moment for stillness and relaxation. Okay, for your final few moments in corpse pose, just starting to wiggle the fingers and toes, preparing to exit our final posture and finish up our class together. We're going to guide the knees up towards the chest, taking a gentle rock from one side to the other, massaging the lumbar spine, before rolling over to our right side and moving up into a final pose to finish our yoga for runner sequence. Taking a pose in which you can lengthen the spine, draw the crown of the head up to the ceiling, And once you're here with me, breathing in to flip the palms, circle sweep the arms up above you, touching in prayer above the head, and then exhaling to guide your hands to your heart center. Just take a moment here to thank yourself for taking this time out of your day to move the body. And I really hope that you enjoyed this Yoga for Runners sequence.